Yo, what up? It's Zach here. Welcome back to the channel. We're at this undisclosed location because today we're going to be revealing the new wheels on me and my brother's car. All right, in 3, 2, 1. So for my car, I went with a staggered setup. The E90s have a lot more aggressive arches, so you always want a little bit bigger wheel in the back than in the front, just to rid all the gap and cover that, especially because my fenders are rolled. So I went with a super aggressive 17 by 10.5 in the back and 17 by 9 in the front. And then the tires are 275/40 in the back and 245/45 in the front. So I've got the Apex Arc 8s, they're race silver, and the spec is 17 by 9 in the front plus 25, and then the rears are 17 by 10 plus 30, and they're wrapped with Falcon Azenis RT615K Plus tires all the way around. I've heard pretty good things about these tires, so I wanted to give them a try. Got a pretty good deal on them, and the tread pattern looks pretty good as well. Not as aggressive as like R888s or anything, but the car is X-Drive, so we won't be needing any of that. And then another thing I forgot to mention is my car is now on coilovers. These are the max speeding rod coilovers, same ones that are on the Next Level Rides E92 and the E46. And they actually ride really nice and they're affordable, so we'll give them a shot, see how much I can push these coilovers. I do wish the front was a little bit lower, but that's okay. It actually saves me from any rubbing. By the way, speaking of rubbing, I did have to run a 5mm spacer in the front, only because these aftermarket coilovers have a thicker strut body than the factory one. On the factory, I didn't have to run the spacers, but on the coilovers, the max speeding rods, I did. Just a 5mm to clear the strut. You can see the stance from the back is pretty aggressive. The car does need alignment, but the camber will probably stay somewhere around this, just because otherwise I'm gonna rub in my inner fenders. All right, and my brother's got some work wheels on his. I'm not sure exactly what model. These were kind of like a one-off that my buddy Taylor had that were custom made, and my brother just bought them off of him. They are 18 by 9 squared, and the tires on them are the Zeta Alventis, which is just some Chinese tires, but they're actually really grippy and it works well with the X-Drive setup. And the nice thing with his car is we did go with a squared setup, so that way he can rotate his tires and keep the wear somewhat even. It is an X-Drive car, so it keeps it within 1%, which is nice as well. And to be honest, it actually looks really good. Like, even without spacers, it's actually pretty flush front to back. You guys can see from behind. That's pretty good. And then the chrome wheel on the dark color always looks good in my opinion. So that came out really nice, and he's got the M Performance brakes, which is a nice contrast behind the wheels. So both of these wheels are actually flow formed, which means they're pretty lightweight. Mine are about 17-18 pounds. His are closer to 19-20. His size is an 18, mine is a 17. I know most people don't go with the 17 just because they like how the 18s look on the car, but I really like the track look of the media tire and the smaller rim, which is why I went with the 17. Plus I wanted it to be a little bit different, and the car also rides a lot nicer. We did do some 0 to 60 data on the 340, and with the factory 20s it was a few tenths slower than with the 18s on the car. So the less rotational mass definitely helps there. and he also has more traction. All right, so we are gonna try and get a few rollers now. You got the boys in the background. They're doing their own thing. So yeah.